Our last speaker, panelist, is Brother Thabiti Umoja. Thabiti wears two different hats. He's part of the Black Health Collective, which once a month here, holistic health practitioners come together, different modalities of their specialty. And he also is a community activist, and he's going to bring a little bit of that community activism into us right now. Thank you. And welcome, Brother Thabiti.
Greetings. Do I have permission from my elders to speak? Okay, anybody over 54? Okay, all right. I want to talk today on the attack on black consciousness. And when I was talking to Brother Jabari and he talked to me about what was coming down with the Afiba Center, and I got a chance to see some of the planning of what was happening, the only thing I can think of is attack on black consciousness, attack on black culture, attack on black people. And this is something that is ongoing, and we're going to be here for a brief period of time, but when you look at the history of what's happened to us as a people, this is something that's been going on for a very long time when it comes to attacking black culture and consciousness. It goes back to the ancient mystery schools, from the plundering of the libraries, ancient libraries. It goes to the knocking off of the black lips and the black nose of the Amacus, or we call the Sphinx. And then it goes through Black Wall Street, okay? We talk about Seneca Village, which is now Central Park. Okay, it goes on to Bruce's Beach in Manhattan, at Manhattan Beach, that used to be owned by black folks when they were putting the tires out in order for the business to fail. It goes further than just what's happening here at Afiba Center. We look at what's happening at Leimert Park. Okay, the word is, wherever there's black people that are gathering, networking, educating, or just enjoying each other's company, those places are being locked up, and we're being locked out. And this is what's happening all over the nation and all over the world. And this is a serious attack on us as a people. As far as Leimert Park, I was talking to a few people about how we used to enjoy going there, not only to enjoy the art walk, or to enjoy the different events there, whether it was Malcolm X Day, or whether it was Garvey, or whether it was a Kwanzaa celebration, or whether it was Dr. King celebration, whatever. We came together as a people. So wherever there's black people gathering, there is a deliberate, and this is not by chance, or we just happen to move you guys away. This is deliberate to move us up out. And we see that happening all over. I've seen it even growing up, even going to San Diego and something, this area called Ski Beach, where black people used to come, and there was basketball courts, they used to hang out. They came there, and police started arresting people and giving people problems, and the next week they put a sign that said, "Go home." I wonder who that was for. So these are the things, it's an ongoing situation where black consciousness and when black culture is being pushed out. We saw what happened with the old Magic Johnson Starbucks, where brothers used to hang out, or basically they were networking, some just playing chess or enjoying each other's vibration. Lock it up, lock them out. And so this is the common thing that we see going all around. I got invited to speak to the BSU from my old university where I went, and I was so happy to get the invite, and this was over a decade ago because I haven't been back. I've been back, but not in those terms. But they asked me to come back, and I remember how it was in college when we had a room of over 200 black folks, okay, and the Black Student Union was strong. And I remember one particular incident when they tried to kick our historian off of campus, and every black person showed up and scared them so much that they just said, "Well, look, we'll put her on probation. Please, can y'all leave?" That type of energy, mass movements, is what's being attacked, is attack on black consciousness. When I went back over a decade ago to go back to the university, they took me to a multicultural room. There was 200 people we used to meet every week, and I go to a multicultural room, and there was Latinos there was Asians, there was everybody, but there was nothing for black folks. What's there for us? And we see the black studies programs being eliminated throughout the country. These are things that happened in 1968 developed, and then by 1969, 1970, you saw them all over the United States, and now you see that situation changing. And so there's an attack on black consciousness. And so that's why we have to be aware. Now, what they're talking about doing here at the Afiba Center, it insulted me. I've been throwing programs here with Dr. Rabb for several years, and then before that I had a Thursday night health night that I used to do here. And this is a black space. It's a place where if they take this away, where do we go for black consciousness? I remember we had the Good Life restaurant down the street. A lot of those people are here. So now they're going to bump us from here and put us somewhere else. And I do have a problem with this obstruction they're talking about putting in the parking lot and taking up not only the parking spaces, but we have events outside where we have the stage set up where people can see us from all corners. Now you're going to obstruct that with a big tower that says Crenshaw. Doesn't make sense. Or a park and take up all the parking. So now when you have events where we have full houses here, now they got to park all around the corner just trying to come here. That is done deliberately. That is not, oh, we want decoration. They know what they're doing. They're stopping black consciousness. We got to call it what it is. That's what's happening here. When you talk about what's happening in Leimert Park, I remember when Geronimo got out. And we had a nice celebration there for him. When he came out, it seemed like there was 1,000 people on each corner. We could see him from each corner. But now, close it up, lock it up so black people can't gather. You can't gather. And this is what it's about. And we have to know what it's about. They know what's going on here at the Culture Center. They know the consciousness that's here. They know this is the last bit of consciousness. And if I insulted anybody, I'm sorry, but you need to step up your game when it comes to consciousness. Okay? We need to stop worshiping Negroes and honor our heroes. Brother Jabari, thank you for having this place here for us, so we can come here. I appreciate all of the other people here, the different programs that are thrown here. And I think it's a serious insult for you to be having planning meetings about what should go on here. We should do this, or we should do that, and you haven't talked to nobody here running programs. That is colonialism. That's that colonialism mentality. We don't care what they're doing. We're going to put our agenda down there. We're going to establish our fort, our settlement. So this is what we're dealing with. We're dealing with attack on black consciousness. Let's call it what it is. I'll be here to support whatever's going on here. I know there's some conflict of interest. I'm here as a community activist. I'm here, and I'll take responsibility for all of what I say. Wherever I work, that's a whole different story, okay? But as far as this situation, this ain't going to be the last time we're going to meet. Like I said, we're going to have us outside, and they need to meet the demands of what we want. We know what we want. Well, for one, we do not want you to put that tower in the parking lot. We don't want all of these pocket parks that you're talking about putting in the community. You're not thinking about how you're going to secure those parks. What are you going to do when you have people start living in those parks? What are you going to do with that situation? Yeah, and I'm not against the homeless, because many of us in this room are a paycheck away from being homeless, right? Okay, but we know what happened in Leimert Park. You allowed that tent city to go on, so you have a reason to lock it up, put them out. Okay, so we have to look at the bigger picture of what's going on. And like I said, I'll be here, support of all the people that's behind me. There's some very strong people on this panel. We got a very strong community, and the consciousness will be here. And we have to realize that the consciousness is still in our community. You know, I'm looking at some of the youth that got that in them, but we have to bring that out, because a lot of our elders are sounding like Samuel Jackson on Django, right? Seriously. So we need to bring that consciousness out of our people, okay? And that has to happen. Asante Sana. Thank you.